is X label and Y label. If I type XLABEL, and again, okay, let me just go so you can see where I'm getting this from. X label, if I'm not sure, in fact, it tells you there that it should be a string. And the options later are for things like if I want the text to be bold and things like that. But I'm not going to go that way yet. Let's just come here, X label. And what do you want the X label to be? Suppose X was in meters. And I'll just do this. And how about the Y label? If I want to do more than one command on one line, I use the comma to separate it. So now I'll say Y label. Suppose come on, online. Suppose Y label was parentheses. Suppose that one was meters squared or something for some reason. And so I'll do something like this. I'll have my Y axis, I'll say meters. And for squares, we use the caret, just like we will do in the lab for squaring. And I do that. And let's run this now and see what happens. So if I run this guy, and now you'll see meters squared, it does do the superscript for you because of that caret sign, and X is in meters. And it has the text Y versus X. And I say, I'm not going to use plot tools, too many things in one. It's showing you plot tools up here, but I'm not going to use it right now. Any questions about generating plots? Just a simple plot to start with. As I said, the plotting, oh, sorry, I don't know if I can. When you're generating a plot, please make sure that, this is a simple one first, make sure that you have a title, X label, Y label. If you go more into this, I'm about to wrap it up, so if people have questions, they can ask. More on plotting, we'll be doing more on this next Tuesday. We'll be generating plots, and we'll be able to use vectors more to do this. But one more thing I can point out is, suppose I said plot, and I wanted to give colors, different colors. See, the default color here is blue. Suppose I said plot X, comma Y, and I want the lines to be red, and all of this is shown under the help on plot, and I want, in fact, red stars. So I'm going to put an asterisk, and I do this, and I'm going to run, and you will see what MATLAB does. It overwrites my first plot with the second one. Now I have red stars. Now you might ask me, well, where are you getting all that information? My help on plot or document on plot, if I do help, PLOT, it's a huge one. And what I was just using, basically, I was using these guys here. I put asterisks for star. These are line colors. Red, blue is B, red is R, and so on. Cyan, black is K. And you can use these different styles. You want squares or diamonds or triangles. These are line styles. Do you want a solid line, or do you want a line and a dot? And when you do those exercises in MATLAB fundamentals, you'll get to some section later. I'm not sure if it says it on Tuesday. We're going to do the same thing. For example, if you scroll down, it gives you plot X, Y. Plots are 2D. So it's the same thing that you see when I do help on plot, but it's a little bit more organized. And then it says you can do, you see the way it's written here. So you can do different line styles and all that. Then it gives you examples. When you go to the MATLAB documentation, you can also go online and get all this help. So that was with the documentation. But as I said, I was trying to move this. Let me just see. Oh, now I can move it. I was trying to move it before. It's kind of frozen by the sides of the Zoom thing. But I should be able to do it. So this is the same information. It's just nicely displayed. And it gives you examples in case you see now they're saying plot Y versus X, but Y is sine of X. And they're doing the same thing. They generated a plot, but they didn't have created. And I said, go to the MATLAB Academy. That's the link to get you to MATLAB fundamentals. So when you go there, you will see. So let me click on this. Let's see what happens. You see, for me, it will take you to your site. So it will take you here I'm not sure how many you have because I have a whole bunch that I've been doing. But let's say for you, oh, I've done Simulink. Oh, okay, yours would be blank. So this will just say launch, and you will launch MATLAB fundamentals. When you launch it, then you will be able to practice with this 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 has to do with data files, which we haven't done yet, 1.4, 1.5, and then plotting 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. So by the time we get to the next lecture, I'll be asking to see if people understand. So we'll have kind of like a discussion, and I